Good morning once again, everybody. So, we are going to talk about something that I hinted at, warned about. I don't know if I ever posted that video. I had three left in the pipeline before I had to, jump to other things, but it's a thing. It's starting to, it's starting to unravel. It's starting to unfurl exactly as I saw it would. Anyway, so the Paper Mario incident in, I think it was Ontario, California. The insurance companies are looking into, now this is insurance companies broadly, with the amount of workforce blow ups, blow ups, crash outs, this kind of shit. Um, One of the things that I have been thinking about and warned about is that at some point, the insurance companies just aren't going to cover this shit. And companies are going to be increasingly forced to have to pay their workers better and treat their workers better, or insurance companies aren't going to cover the losses when their warehouses spontaneously combust. All right. And actually, this is one thing. Somebody mentioned in a comment when I was looking through the footage for that again. Somebody mentioned in a comment, why the hell didn't the sprinkler system work? And of course, there is a comment hidden in the stack somewhere, unless that got pulled too, of somebody pointing out that in the warehouses, because the infrastructure in this country is such shit, especially because Paper Mario was working for a third party logistics company, which means the company that actually owns the warehouse hired a different company to actually run it. Okay. In a lot of cases, of course, maintenance falls back on the primary owner of the warehouse, the facility. And here's the issue. Um, Most of the time, the primary owners of those facilities don't do maintenance. And I mean, they barely do the basic maintenance at best. Okay. So when you notice that, oh, hey, a warehouse full of paper products is burning, where are the sprinkler systems? Oh, those got turned off. Why? Because all of the pipes were leaking. Oh, that makes sense. That's where things are. That's where things are. So that alone could give the insurance company an out, but the insurance company itself, from what I've heard, that actually, covers that facility. The insurance company is looking at trying to get out of paying out the claim for the cost of that warehouse burning down. Why? What is their reason? It's the small hat people lightning, all right, issue where it's like, all right, well, if they are an employee, and if they're an employee by default, they are kind of an officer of the organization. And because in the past, officers of an organization might destroy a piece of property in order to claim the insurance on it and probably make out, you know, you know, wink and a nod, The insurance companies are essentially going to use that as the out to not pay the claims. And this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. The Paper Marios of the world are going to, and the Luigis are going to expose all of the fringe issues that you didn't know were issues yet. Um, all of these organizations, they carry the insurance, they jump through the hoops that they are legally mandated to, and just for basic uh, peace of mind, essentially, they have to have. The problem is that none of the insurance companies want to cover the cost of rebuilding plants and machines and warehouses for companies that treat their workers like shit. If you literally pay your people so poorly and treat them so poorly that they are willing to commit felonies, all right, literal felonies, all right, to harm your business, no insurance company on earth wants to pay the cost of that, because when you push somebody to the point where they're willing to do felonies and not give a single fuck about it, when you if people let off a little steam, it generally doesn't cost that much. When people get to the halfway point and they have to let off a little more steam, you might lose a chair, a table, they might kick a door apart, you know, interesting shit. When people get to the point where they're literally driven absolutely mad, you lose a warehouse in Ontario, California. Okay? The insurance companies are going to get out of having to pay for this shit. And what's going to happen is more and more companies are either going to start specifically paying higher insurance rates to cover all of that shit, or they're just going to have to pay their workers better and treat them well and actually offer them decent benefits. Now the problem is that efficiency and cost cutting is the only thing that the economy cares about. So the first organization that does it solo is going to eat the shit sandwich of lower profitability. Oh, terrible, terrible. How can I afford my 700th yacht this month? You know? But this is how it's going to unfurl. This is how it's going to work. Shit's going to keep getting more and more interesting. And honestly, I can't go farther than that. I'll throw out breadcrumbs occasionally of where I think things are going. And obviously, by default, that I think the entire system is, well, I know the entire system is coming apart. Okay. But, but, how it comes apart is still variably up in the air. Either way, I'll end it here. You guys have a good one. This has been Michael from Spades Consulting. If you're interested in personal business or sovereign advice, stop by www.spadesconsulting.com without the dash. If you're interested in written content, check out the Substack. I'm still not caught up enough, anywhere near enough, to get back to that. And if you like and appreciate the video, like, favorite, sub, share, do all the things, ring the bell, ding the bell, tick the bell, do all things to your heart's content to the bell. And with that, I will see you all next time. Have a good one.